Life does not always unfold the way it was once imagined. There are seasons when expectations quietly unravel, when doors close without explanation, and when the voices of others begin to echo louder than the quiet certainty of truth. In those moments, the scars of yesterday can begin to speak again, whispering false things about worth, identity, and belonging. Slowly, the soul begins to accept a burden it was never meant to carry, the belief that it must become more in order to finally be enough. That value must be earned. That acceptance must be reached. And so the heart grows tired, not only from what has happened, but from the endless effort of trying to become someone worthy of peace. This is where striving begins to replace resting, where proving begins to replace trusting, where the soul forgets that it was never designed to live under the weight of its own performance. Yet Jesus does not stand at a distance waiting for strength. He moves closer and offers something entirely different. He says in Matthew 11 verses 28 to 30, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." This invitation is not a call to do more. It is a call to come near, because restoration begins not when striving increases, but when nearness is chosen. In His presence, the soul finds something it could never create on its own. Rest that is not dependent on circumstances, and peace that is not dependent on achievement. The pressure to prove begins to loosen. The constant awareness of weakness begins to fade, and the heart begins to remember what it had forgotten. Identity is not formed through effort, but revealed through relationship. God's truth has never shifted with human opinion. It has never been weakened by failure or altered by disappointment. Psalm 139 verse 14 declares, "I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows very well." This truth existed before any mistake, before any rejection, before any moment of doubt. Worth was never something waiting to be discovered in the future. It was established in the beginning. You were wonderfully made, not partially, not conditionally, but completely. Every detail was seen. Every part was intentional. Nothing about your existence was accidental in His hands. And even more than being created, you are deeply valued. Isaiah 43 verse 4 reveals the depth of His heart. "Since you were precious in my sight, you have been honored, and I have loved you. Therefore I will give men for you, and people for your life." This is the truth that silences every lie. You are not precious because you have proven yourself. You are precious because He declared it. You are not worthy because you have achieved perfection. You are worthy because you belong to Him. His love was never a response to your performance. It was always the foundation of your identity. When time is spent in His presence again, when His voice is allowed to speak louder than fear, louder than memory, louder than insecurity, something begins to heal deep within. The inner tension begins to release. The weight of striving begins to fall away. The soul begins to breathe freely, no longer driven by the need to become, but anchored in the truth of what has always been. The journey forward is no longer defined by pressure, but by peace. No longer defined by proving, but by belonging. You are not behind. You're not disqualified. You are not forgotten. Your identity is not waiting somewhere ahead of you, hidden behind achievement or perfection. It has always been found in the presence of the one who created you, who formed you, and who loves you without condition. Because in His eyes, your worth was never uncertain. You were never lacking. You were never unseen. You were always His. Please remember to like and subscribe. One small action goes a long way.